Hey guys, welcome to Code and Box Automation Lab. This is Sharful. Today we're going to learn, it's an important but very interesting topic. It's a difference between display method, isEnabled method, and isSelected methods. All those are methods we very frequently during our automation we use, but there is some significant difference between those methods. Sometimes it sounds like all of them doing pretty much the same thing, but exactly it's not. So if we talk about those methods, first all the methods are Boolean, so all of them just to return true or false value. But the difference, there is some significant difference. So example, if we use isDisplayed method, this method is used to verify whether any object on a site is present or not. So it's applicable to any website, any web object, and return true or false. It means if any object you have in your page, if you use this method, it will confirm that that object is displayed, it's showing on your site or not. There is a scenario can happen like you have HTML code for an object, for any object in your site, but that object is not visible some reason. So you have to confirm that that object is visible or not. Most of the time it's object is visible, but that can happen in your scenario too. So you have the backend in HTML code, you have the code for this object, but it's not showing. Just to confirm is that object is showing or not, you can use this method, right? Other hand, if we go to Code and Box Automation Lab practice page, so example, open window. So this window, this button, it's visible, you can see. So how are we gonna confirm that this button is visible? So all we can do, we can spy that button and use driver.find element and locator, and then we can use isDisplayed method and we can print it. Since it's the button, it's showing up here, it's supposed to return true. The value is supposed to return true. Okay, let's see the next one. isEnabled method. isEnabled method is used to confirm whether an element is enabled or disabled. If enabled, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Example, here is example radio button. Say radio 1 or the option 1, this checkbox, either any one, this element or object, it's already enabled. It's by default it's now enabled. So if we look at this and look at this object and we use .isEnabled method, it will return true. But in some case it can happen like, say example, we see in our application a lot of times we have to accept terms and condition. You accept terms and condition and you have a checkbox, like you click on OK, I accept terms and condition, then there is a submit button over here. That submit button get enabled after you accept the terms and condition. So that can be our scenario, that you confirm that submit button is not enabled unless you click on your you accept the terms and condition. So that time we can use is enabled or not. But in our example, so we'll spy one of the object, either radio 1 or option 1, this button or checkbox, and we'll use isEnabled method, and it's supposed to return true. Number 3, isSelected. This method is only applicable for checkbox, dropdown, or radio button on a site. This method is specifically used for these 3 type of object element. Okay, it will return also true or false. So we can use this method only for checkbox. So example, if you have a checkbox, say option 1, and we'll check that we'll look at this object and we'll say is selected, it's supposed to return false because we haven't checked on. You have to check on this checkbox. If you don't check on or and you use is selected, so definitely it was not selected, so it's supposed to return false. And on the other hand, if you click on this box like this, right, you check first and then you spy and you say okay, is selected, it's supposed to return true. So that's similarly, if you use isSelected method in radio button, after you click on the radio button, and if you use isSelected method, it will return true. But if you don't use the if you don't select this any radio button, but you use isSelected method for this specific radio button, to say radio 1, it's supposed to return the false. Okay, let's do in practical. So let's get back to our Eclipse. I create a class, it's called object visibility test, and this is as usual, like I use the system properties method just to put the key value for my web driver, Chrome driver, and this is the location for the Chrome driver. And as it is, I use the relationship between a web driver, parent driver as a parent class, and Chrome driver as a child class, and maximize the window. And this is my URL for the practice. Okay, so first I will do the first one, is display method. Okay, let's see. First text, we'll say is display method. Okay, is display method, let's do the applicable to any web app object and return true or false. So what would be the object element? Let's go to our side. Okay, so we'll wanna verify this open window, this button is displaying or not. So let's spy in. Okay, we can see this one, it has an ID. Let's use the ID. So we'll say, I'll say okay, driver dot find element, driver dot find element, and then by dot ID, by dot ID, let's use the ID, and pass the value of string ID. Okay, clone this, and then let's put this one in a variable. It's called open window, since it's the button was open window button. Open window, and so its return type would be web element. So hover our mouse and import this package, web element package. Okay, so what we are going to do next, we'll tell okay, so this variable, I will say this one is displayed, comma, and I will print it. I will print system dot out dot print ln, and I would say something like this. I would say is open window is displaying. Okay, how about this? Okay guys, so what I did, I said I'm printing, I said okay, use the open window this variable that is displayed method, so it will return true or false. Okay, it's supposed to return true, so it's supposed to return true. Okay, it's supposed to return true, and I'm printing this. I'm just saying is a open window button displaying. It's supposed to say yeah, true. Okay, so let's go to the next one. It's isEnabled method. So here is the node. I'm just copying the node on my notepad and pasting here. Okay, so isEnabled method is used to confirm whether an element is enabled or disabled. If enabled, it will return true, otherwise false. Okay, so let's do the radio 1 button. So here, radio 1 button, right? Radio 1 button. Let's select this, inspect it. Radio 1. So the value it's, we can use value it's radio 1. Okay, this is the value I can use. So it will, since it's button, we can see this button is already enabled. There is no attribute over here. You can see, you can tell that it's saying something attribute and it's disabled. So it's not disabled. It's already by default enabled. So definitely using isEnabled method for this object, it will return true. So we can say example driver dot find the element by dot say we use example xpath. Let's use xpath, and then I'll make it so I know the value is radio 1, so I can create an xpath at the red, and at the red attribute name is value equals to, and its actual value of this attribute value is radio 1, right? And then semicolon. Let's put this one in a variable. I would say variable name it's give a radio button say 1. Okay, and return type is web element. Okay, and then what I'm going to say, okay, is that I will use for this object with a isEnabled method dot isEnabled method. Okay, let's print this guys. System.out.println. Let's print this guy, and then semicolon. So it should print true, right? Okay. Now let's put something here. It's radio button enabled. Radio button is enabled. Okay. Radio button. So test is say radio button test for enable. Radio test for enable. How about this? Radio test for enable. Okay. Here's one of them. Right. Okay. Then number 3 is isSelected. Let's copy the node for isSelected here. Again, isSelected. isSelected, as I said, it's only applicable for checkbox, dropdown, and radio button. Right. So let's use the checkbox. Say checkbox 1. So let's go there and checkbox. So select this checkbox. Label 1. We'll see checkbox, right? Okay, checkbox. Okay, option 1. This is a checkbox, right? So this is my HTML code for the checkbox. This is the one. Okay. So here it has a value is value. It's option 1, or it has the ID checkbox option 1, this one. Okay, I can use the ID. So driver dot find element by dot ID. Okay, what's the ID? We found the ID. It's checkbox 1. Okay, this is the one. So let's put in a variable again. Same. We'll say the variable is checkbox 1, and return type is web element. Simple. So let's use the check variable. I would say variable dot is selected. So it's selected. It's selected, and so I'll return it. Print some message. System dot out dot println. Okay, let's print it. This is the element. Okay, this is the spy. I will spy the located, just a checkbox 1. We didn't click on the box. Okay, so since we didn't click on the box, if we use this variable and it's this method, it's selected, it was not selected, so it's supposed to return false, right? It's supposed to return false. So how about let's we click on and then use again the isSelected method, right? So let's put some printing message here. It's selected, it's checkbox selected, say before click. Checkbox selected, it's selected. Okay, selected, checkbox 1 selected before click. Okay, no, how about checkbox 1 selected? Okay, it should be false. And then but was here, and then let's click on that box and select the checkbox, then use again, apply again its selected method. Okay, so if you want to click on this box, so this is the object dot click method, right? And then again we'll use this same command. Again we'll use the its selected method. So this time it's supposed to print true. Right, this time it's supposed to print true, right? And then we'll close driver dot quit. We'll quit the window. Okay, so pretty much, so this is the 3 method: is displayed, is enabled, and is selected. Let's save it and run it. Run a Java application. Let's okay, it's popped to the browser. Loaded the page. Okay, it was very close, very quick, so you couldn't see probably the check the check-in for the checkbox, all others, but you can see the return or result here. Okay, it's a open window button display is true. It's supposed to true, right? First one, we're supposed to return the true value, so it's return the true. Second one, radio button test for enable, it should be there's a okay. Next one, enable, right? Okay, sorry, it was a printing mistake. Enable. So anyways, the return should be true, so it's true return. Third one, for the radio button, it's before check in, before check off for the radio button. You know, we use this selected method, it's supposed to return false, so it's false. And then after we click the box, so it means it was selected, and then we use again its selected method, so it's supposed to return true, and it's returned true. Okay, so you can see all the result and the difference, how all these three method works as per our requirement. So when you see any object in your page, and either you have to display confirm is it displayed, it's enabled, or is selected or not, you can use all this, any one of the method as per we need. Okay, thank you so much. That's all for today, and we'll see you in the next lecture. Bye.